Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. If I sound low right now, it's because I don't want to get too passionate about this certain situation right now with FIFA, but I really need to make this video to tell you guys exactly how I feel about FIFA 19. I mentioned it a little bit in the Foot Champs video that you guys are watching. I will continue to make content on this game because I would like to grow as a content creator, but I will not fake myself into saying that I like this game and lie to you guys, because I'm just not going to do that, because I feel a certain way towards EA and towards FIFA right now that I just really need to share, and I need you guys to understand this is exactly how I feel, right? So I'm not going to lie to you guys how I feel about the game. So currently, I think this is the worst FIFA that's ever been made. Okay, and it's crazy because it's crazy because it gets worse every single year. For ever since 16, 17, 18, 19, it's just gotten worse and worse. And it's crazy because when FIFA 18 came out, you don't think that EA could have made possibly a worse not even football simulator, excuse me, a worse video game, right? Ever. But they just top themselves off every time. EA right now are on their own tier of just being an absolutely terrible company. I'll explain to you guys why, right? The current state of this game, with two competitive game modes, one foot draft that you have to pay 15K to play, and one single match for Ultimate Team, is absolutely terrible. Okay? I'll explain to you guys why. In Division Rivals, once you get more than 2,000 skill points, and even less than that, everybody plays the exact same right now, okay? Even less than that, right? I've never played a game where people will abuse the game mechanics as much as this year. And it's not, I don't blame the people, because that's what you have to do to win. There has never, I don't care if you guys say FIFA 13's finesse shots, FIFA 18's driven shots in good positions, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. I've never seen people abuse this game. The skill gap in this game is almost non-existent unless you have a full meta team. Unless you, not even full meta, as long as you have like the Contes, the Pogbas, the Ronaldos, and all those stuff, you're gonna be okay, right? Okay, but the game's still gonna be terrible at points, right? But let's just say from a point of view with this team right here. Yeah, chat? I'm in Division 2 right now. My highest skill rating that I've achieved has been like 2230 or something with this team. And you would think like this team doesn't look that bad. This team actually looks pretty good. It actually costs quite a fair amount. Yes, it does. But this team in FIFA is not good enough to play in Division 2 and with the high skill ratings that people get. Because every single game you come across, everyone has paid to win teams. Every single person in this division has paid to win teams. Every single person, right? They let the defensive AI defend for them. The only way you can score goals in this game is by doing 45-degree angle finesse shots. If you guys don't know what 45-degree angle finesse shots is, it's basically like this and this little closed area, when I close my hand, this little area right here. That's how you have to score in this year's game, outside the 18-yard box, inside the 18-yard box, so on and so forth, right? And 1v1s are absolutely terrible. You can't shoot across goal now because the player absolutely scuffs the shot. Defensive AI will still block the shot for them if they have Sergio Ramos and all these freaking crazy icons in their team that they have nowadays in this high-ass division, right? And it's just ridiculous. The game right now is not fun to play. The gameplay mechanics are garbage, right? 45-degree angle finesse shots to score, abusing defensive AI, right, while only using midfielders to defend it. People say that I'm doing the same thing, but it's because everybody has to do the exact same thing, right? The only goals that I'm conceding in this game when I'm using a proper formation is 45-degree angle finesse shots. I can't remember a time of me conceding a proper goal without someone having, right, the Mbappes, the Neymars, and all these freaking crazy players in the attack, without me having a defense or midfield to balance against these freaking people, right, to be able to defend against them. In Division 2, whenever I came up against someone that has a similar squad to mine, I did okay against them. But if they have a better team, it's non-existent. 45-degree angle finesse shots. Defensive AI is overpowered, right? 1v1 finishing is garbage. Even if you get into a 1v1 position, it's by itself is hard, because the first touch that your player does when you make all those little extra passes isn't worth doing at all, because the defensive AI warps to those players really quickly, so that touch you take, they get the ball back every single time, right? Players catch up to you even if you create all this extra attacking space in certain situations, and they just always catch up to you, right? I've never played a more garbage meta. Near post corners, bicycle kicks. Near post corners, headers. Even if you put a guy there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know it's gonna happen. You're still gonna concede it. Crossing meta. I came up against a guy who scored 4 crosses in 30 minutes because you can't do anything against it. I put my depth low. I put my team width low. I put my left mid and my right mid to come back on defense. My fullbacks to stay back while attacking. And it doesn't matter because his team still gets the ball because he has these players like Suarez and stuff and then scores them every single time because crossing is more effective to score than going 1v1s. I'm sick and tired of the types of goals that I'm conceding and scoring because it's not rewarding, man. The game is not fun to play right now, man. It's the creating the attacking space to get 1v1. It's like non-existent in this game. I don't know why EA makes these games and thinks it's okay. Do you guys not play more than just 20 games to realize that, you know what, our game mechanics are kind of messed up right now, right? The gameplay mechanics to win your games, guys, and people are going to be saying, oh, but the pro players are doing well. First of all, okay, if they have Mbappe's and Neymar's and all that shit, that's going to make a huge difference for them. Second of all, look at how they're playing, guys, and the stuff that I just mentioned right now. Go and watch their channel and see if that's not how they're scoring their opportunities. Go and see if that's not how they're scoring. I've watched so many competitive players with God squads still doing exactly what I'm talking about because everyone has the exact same game style right now. I have yet to play someone unique that has played a different style because it doesn't matter in this game because you don't get rewarded for different styles. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's the gameplay aside. The menu stuff. Why would you take out online seasons and add division rivals? Division rivals has a good concept. It has potential, right? If you did it similar to Overwatch, it would have worked more. But the way that it's set up right now is absolutely god awful. You hit Division 2, you want to get to the rank 1, good luck if you have a team like this because you're barely going to get 3,000 skill points, right? 3,000 even if you play 20 matches in a single day. Because you know why? You're going to be losing a hell of a lot of matches because people are just going to be crossing it to these guys that are tall with physical, with heading. See, I'm getting passionate. I need to relax, okay? Division Rivals is terrible because in your game it doesn't work, okay? In FIFA, this concept does not work. You removed a good game mode for a terrible concept with Division Rivals. It had potential, but the way it was executed was not right, okay? If it was similar, again, to Overwatch, then it would be fine. But it's not similar to Overwatch because you don't use whatever player you want or whatever character you want, right? You have to do with what you got. And people are going to be like, oh, but Inception, why don't you just deal with it? Because everyone else has to deal with it. This is not fun. If you guys are playing the gameplay at a top tier in this game is honestly Division 3. You hit Division 3, that's where it gets sweaty, boys, okay? Division 3 and higher, the top tier gameplay in this game is not fun to play at all. It's not fun to play. The joy in FIFA for me is breaking someone's defense down, and there is absolutely zero concept of that when you hit these top divisions. It's ridiculous unless you have these meta teams, okay? Foot champs. It's crazy to me how many people forgot about foot champs and forgot about how much they complain about foot champs. And then all of a sudden, because they switched it from 40 to 30, all of a sudden people love foot champs now. Foot champs is the worst inclusion that's ever been included into the game. Do you know why it's the worst inclusion? Because it's a competitive game mode that is so, it's self-centered to think that every single game you play in FIFA, in this gameplay, is perfect, okay? Maybe in FIFA 15, okay, take it and go. I understand, all right? Maybe in FIFA 15. But in the last 4 or 5 years in this game, absolutely not, man. 19, 18, 17, 16, terrible games. Every single one of them, okay? And you to think that you want to add a competitive game mode where you need to spend thousands of dollars to be able to hit the top 100s and all that bullshit in this game. Like, listen, man. I'm not a pro player. I'm no hashtag Harry. Harry can have a team that isn't fantastic, right? And he can still do well. It's not about what the Harrys and the Boris can, even if they have the crappy. It's not about what they can do with the teams that may not be as good. But even though the team that he was using was still decent, right, for this last Foot Champs, it's not about that. What it's about is playing this game and understanding what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And in this game, not everyone can play well with these teams against all these meta teams that people have right now, okay? Even Spencer, who is one of the people who has won an international competition in FIFA, did a Road to Glory in FIFA 15 or in last year's games, and he rage quit that. You know why? Because it wasn't meta enough against these freaking squads. And this is the player who is one of the best players in the world that couldn't do it with a team like this. Harry can do it, and I give him full props for being able to do it, but not everybody can, okay? And it's absolutely bullshit when people tell you that this game isn't pay to win. It's the most pay to win game I've ever experienced in my life, because when I use Neymar in the draft, I've never felt so much power in my life and the difference that card can make. Hate Foot Champs, hate Division Rivals. Foot Drafts, you have to pay $15K to have the only quote-unquote fun game mode to play, even though you could choose a formation and players that you actually don't like at all, right? And you just spent your $15K, so now you have to deal with whatever you get, and you have to play against the exact same meta, right, of people abusing defensive AI, going for finesse shots outside the 18-yard box. I just don't know. I don't know. This game is right now is just I don't know how to respond to you guys in terms of how I feel about this game. And then you have your only competitive game mode in online single matches. EA, were you guys not listening, right? When people were mentioning what we wanted you to do with divisions, we wanted you to make divisions fun. We wanted you to make it fun, and you made it work. You made it more competitive than Foot Champs. Guys, the thing I'm going to mention right now, and this is the thing that's going to win arguments over all arguments. Imagine if Epic, the people in charge of Fortnite, imagine if they didn't ask their community, hey guys, so we're thinking of adding skilled matchmaking for the online pub matches. What do you guys think? You guys think that if Epic, right, didn't ask their community, and their community responded right away. They're like, all the big content creators, all of these guys were like, no, we don't want to face sweaty people every single game. Like, we want to have games where the good players are just going to shit on the bad players, and the bad players are going to learn from the good players. That's where people don't understand this. In the FIFA community, people don't get this. This is how video games work, and this is how you make them fun, okay? The bad players learn to get better, and the good players just destroy the bad players because they're better, because the game mechanics in the game works. Why do you think people who play Fortnite, like Ninja, Nick Merckx, Tifu, why do you think they can play all day? You know why they can play all day? Because they're not sweating every single game in a game that isn't pay to win. They're not at any disadvantage, okay? There's RNG in the loot, sure, that's definitely a thing. But because the matchmaking in Fortnite is open and they have a balance of facing mid-tier players, top-tier players, low-tier players, that's what makes that game fun. Do you know what would make FIFA fine, right? Just add divisions and just make it Division 10 to Division 6 and Division 5 to Division 1 in terms of matchmaking. That's all you generally need to do. Because then that way, I wouldn't have to use a quote-unquote meta team every single game for me to get decent rewards, right? Division Rivals right now, chat, Division Rivals right now is worse than Divisions was in previous years. Because, listen, man, look at my skill rating that I have right now, right? I'm in Division 2, yeah? Look at the skill rating that I have right now, or the skill points that I have. I have 1430, and that's me playing 6 hours today and playing like one draft or two drafts and then wanting to play this, right? 1430, and this 1430 is playing competitive players every single game. You're playing competitive players every single game with God Squads, okay? Every single game. And you know what rank 1 is? 6,000. thousand. You might as well have just kept online season as it was before and done what people asked you to do. And you know what people asked you to do? They asked you, hey guys, can you make divisions interesting? Like, oh, if I win Division 1 5 times with a Turkish league team from the starting 11 subs and reserves, I can get this as reward, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. There's just no, there's no, none. There's no fun concept in this game. Football is supposed to be a fun concept where you try out different teams, different formations, and there's just no concept of that this year. None. And the thing that I'm gonna end this video off with, because I'm gonna just keep on going if I don't stop. And the thing, this is like the image of my stream, of my content in general. EA, how is your game still broken in the gameplay? How, after 5+ years of complaining about 15, 16, 17, 18, how, and it's been going on longer than 5 years, how do you still have bad gameplay and good gameplay in the game? The game mechanics I hate, even in the good gameplay, but there is still bad and good gameplay in this game. Sluggish, slow, unresponsive, and fast, good dribbling, more responsive. I don't understand what you guys are doing. Why are you ignoring people who mention that to you every single year? We have people this year already saying, oh, but foot drafts feels better than division rivals and foot champs. That's not the case at all. You know what is the case? It's just random in general. You can play division rivals and get that good gameplay at some point, and then you'll have days where it's not as good. It's the same thing every single year, and they never ever fix it, man. It's pissing me off at this point. It's something that you can feel. How do you guys play your game? EA, how do you guys play your game? Right? And from the fucking kickoff, you can't tell that your game feels like shit. How do you honestly play your game and not see that? I don't understand, man. Like I was saying earlier, imagine if Fortnite made their game. This is what EA would have done. EA just does whatever the fuck they want, okay? They don't ask you, hey guys, what do you guys think about this concept? They don't ask like a community like Epic, like a company like Epic does. They don't ask. They just do, okay? Imagine if EA went to us and they're like, guys, what do you guys think about division rivals? The first thing I told Gorilla, I told Spencer when he was doing the competition, he was asking me like what players I think would work for him, and when he went to the competition for FIFA 18 last year at the end of the year, right? I told Spencer, this game mode is going to, before it came out, this game mode is going to ruin this game because now they have no casual game modes to play. And I was right, man. After playing this game, I just want to die at this point, man. Like, when I play this game, it's not fun to play at all, man. Every single game is competitive, right? Foot Drafts is the only one that's not competitive, but it still is competitive because everyone's abusing the finesse shots and the freaking and defensive AI. It's disgusting, okay? There's no skill in this game. I don't care what pro players get 30-0. If I cannot play a game where I can see, like, well, there's the Ninja and the Tfue level. If I can't see that when I'm playing the game myself, your game is not skilled. It's not skilled at all. This game is fundamentally broken in gameplay content, and in everything in general, man. Anyone who protects the current state of this game does not know what they're talking about. And I know that's going to come across really toxic to you guys, but it's true, man. There is just no excuse for how this game currently is and how EA is as a company in general. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to continue to create videos and create content on this game because, again, I want to grow myself as a content creator, but I will not continue to go forward without posting this video and telling you guys exactly how I feel about this game, because this game needs the biggest patch known to man, and it needs a new game mode added. And you need to decide on whether or not you want to take out Foot Champs or take out Division Rivals. Preferably, take out Foot Champs because that game mode ruined this game in general, okay? I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.